Okay. Is this thing on? Good. We got the audio capture running. Phoebes, you have to stay. Nice. All right. So, good morning. Tuesday, March 21st. Nice day outside. Starting to get a little bit warmer after a cold streak. Went for a walk this morning. Got out like 7:30. Got back at 8. Nothing too crazy. I fell asleep at like midnight. So I felt a little bit tired this morning. I kind of felt similar to yesterday. Like just not the same level the level I like to be at. But the feeling is slowly dissipating. But I find myself being nervous that I'm not going to have the level of awareness that I need, similar to yesterday. And I feel like I'm having this inner battle of, I guess, worrying that I am not where I need to be. But then I'm not, at the same time, I started asking myself what I was worrying about and what's actually that bad. And then I kind of realized that there's nothing that bad. The only thing that I really knew that I was worried about is that I was going to be out of alignment like I was yesterday, where I'm playing the wrong side and not really following the plan. And I fully intend on rectifying that problem today with my practical solution of my timer. Yesterday I tried to set up the timer, but I ran out of time and then I accidentally deleted it after I wrote it. And then the market opened. So I didn't get to do it. But also yesterday what I wrote was kind of lengthy. I think that today I'm going to try to just write like 2 sentences just to remind me of what to expect. And today's pre-market seems easier than yesterday's because we just drifted up overnight and we do have that structure to repair at 50 and 60. Yeah, so sellers lost control above that 70 region. So yesterday we see that we opened up and we held the 50, and if we were above the 50, I really should have been only looking long. And yesterday there's like multiple times where I'm looking short. Like when we were up here after this dip down to break the low. So I'm not anticipating the right way according to my plan. And I kept thinking today's opportunities are really slim. And then I kept playing pops in price and getting burnt. And I kind of realized that wasn't working for me. The opportunities are just different than what I'm used to. Yesterday was like a different type of day. One that I'm not very comfortable with. And sometimes I do well in that environment, but the thing is, like, since I was feeling tired, my level of awareness was not there. And that means that it was a lot harder for me to anticipate areas to interact with the market because they just happen so quickly. And I need to not hesitate and pull the trigger because you usually only get one chance, maybe 2 chances. So that's what I want to focus on today. And I want to use the timer to help me stay in alignment. And I just want to remind myself to continuously to be anticipating areas like when we come down in the morning. I know we have this LVN here. I know we have the 4,000 level. So that's an area that I need to be aware of. I don't think we'll get down to the previous high day, but potentially. And then as we make new highs, if we do, then where's the volume? Where's the outside edges? In trend configuration, I need to be very aware of what I'm looking for. Yeah. Yeah, so we have a lot of broken structure, as I can see here. It's just very red. This is a key area. In the 20, we tested it in the overnight session. And then up in the 50, 60. But anyway, yesterday my stats were pretty dismal or abysmal. I don't know. Let's go to today, or no, let's go to yesterday. Okay, so yeah, it's showing a 12% win rate. This was a mistake. This trade was a really good trade, and I had two positions on accident, but it just didn't work. I got like a 6-point rotation, and then I got stopped. And then this was a shit trade. I didn't journal it yet, and I just kind of got unlucky on some of them. Like, see, these three are setups, but I lost on all three of them. So, you know, if they're setups and I lose on it, then no problem. But this wasn't a setup, and I don't believe this was a setup. So that accounts for half of my losses yesterday. And some of them could have worked. It was a very fine line between winning and losing yesterday, in my opinion. And also, something I want to point out is that, let's go to January 1st to 31st. Okay. I had a win-loss of 1.59 and a win rate of 31%. So that is not profitable trading. Profit factor 0.73. And then let's go to February 1st to 28th. The following month, I have a win, an RR of 2.09, a win rate of 32.5%, and a profit factor of 1.01. So first break-even month. So far this month, I have a win rate of 2.18. A RR of 2.18, a win percentage of 34.5%, and a profit factor of 1.15. These are small improvements. This has went up by 2%. This went up by 0.09. But they matter, and continuous progress is so important. So not to apply pressure to myself, but month over month, I am looking to see improvements to my game. So specifically, I want to see this number go up out of the randomness zone. And I would love to see this go up as well. But this doesn't have to go up. This is fine. This has to go up. This is really great, average win-loss. So yesterday I watched the video, but I watched it on the couch there was no sound attached to it, but I did take notes. I couldn't find it in my database, so I took notes here. So the market is balanced at the open and picks the previous settlement. Upon return to the area on a large impulse stop run, I am not prepared with a plan to see what might happen if lower day is tapped. I remember I had a short bias, or potential short bias. When price turns to the middle, I am looking short, and everything is balanced. So that shows a fundamental misunderstanding of mean reversion with an upside skew, which was what yesterday was. So the play was outside in long on the lower edge up to the upper edge. When price turns a high day after a large impulse, I'm looking short. Yeah, so I don't really have enough conviction in the long side that there's a long skew. So how it should look, if I have a lot of confidence that the price will likely rally or move upwards, is outside in from lower edge to upper edge, and then after the upper edge is hit, inside out long for a new high a day. That should be what it is, because a short from the high is a counter trend play. I really am all messed up. I'm looking for shorts, but the plan really is long as long as we're above 50. Not having my alert system to keep track of the plan hurt me. Yeah, so fundamentals are saying that the market is likely to continue upwards. So as long as we're above 50, then we're likely to go to this magnet zone at 70. And if we break 70, then we repair structure higher. So it should just be shorts are off the table until we break structure at 50. I'm seeing opportunity on video, but not anticipating areas to interact. I also do not realize how thin the book was. Yeah, yesterday was a day where I had tunnel vision, and it was very, very hard to escape. And the reason is because of tiredness from drinking all weekend. And I remember the reason why I don't really drink anymore. Because it just makes me feel how I felt yesterday. And then that lingering effect comes into today. And it shakes my confidence and it shakes my system, my journaling. There's just not much that comes good of it. And I'm not really capable of balancing both when I'm drinking too much. Which means on Sunday when we went out to brunch, Sunday's a repair and recovery day. There's no beers at lunch. Today, a lot of the time, I'm on the right track, but as soon as the play sets up, I move my mouse from the button. When there are plays unfolding, my screen is out of focus. That's important, really important information. Because the thing is, when the market is reaching those outer edges, I start thinking, okay, this isn't it. But like that is literally the time where it is. I'm tricking myself. So my chart has to be in focus and the area needs to be known. If the area is not known, there's no way of catching it. So on these trend days, it's just so important to know where price might check. And I need to have my focus in the right area, which is I need to focus my attention on the higher time frame chart so that I anticipate potential areas. And after I anticipate them, all I do is put my chart in focus and wait and see if those areas are hit. And if they're not, what next? VPOC migrates up once and then up again. When price rotated down again and sent VPOC to the lower but still higher location, I view this as bearish, but it is still bullish as long as I can scale by the second location. When the opportunity comes to take along from the VHVN, my chart is not in execution mode. So that's a pattern from yesterday. But But yeah, so the VPOC was at 50 or 55. VPOC migrates up to 60 on top of VWAP, which makes me not want to trade. Price hits it, it's very fast. It goes up. VPOC migrates to 65. Comes down to 60. I don't take a trade, so I'm not taking the VPOC migration because I don't like the configuration. Comes up to 65, rejects. When it comes back down to 60, it's on top of VWAP. Price starts to curl a little bit, starts to see some buying, and I don't take the trade because I consider it a VPOC migration down. But if the structure is there, it's still good. That structure is intact. It's a location, and price below it is too low. So as long as I can get risk neutral by 65, then I should be taking that trade, because if I don't, then I'm essentially trying to predict what may happen next. And the only thing I'm trying to do is align for a 15-point rotation. And as long as I can get scaled, it's good. Okay? So today, I'm feeling better now. I was even, feeling a little bit nervous that I was going to feel similar to yesterday, which was like telling myself everything's good, but then not really believing it. But I am awake now. I think it's because of this strong-ass cup of coffee. Yesterday, also, I had weak coffee from the Keurig. I hate that shit. It's like, how the fuck am I going to wake up if I'm tired and I don't have coffee? But, I tried my best yesterday. And even my worst yesterday was better than what it used to be. Yeah. So today, alert up and running, focusing on what the plan is, anticipating areas to interact, waiting for those areas, chart and focus, not distracted, disciplined, making sure I can get risk neutral, waiting for high probability areas. These are all the things that will amount to me being successful. All right, I'm on time today, so happy about that. I'll be back. GG. Okay. So we have our plan laid out. It's pretty clear. We anticipate for an early push higher, initiative buying, followed by responsive selling. After responsive selling, we expect to be around the 4,000 level, and we expect to see a battle at 4,000, followed by a push to 4,020. Consolidation at 4,020, followed by a push potentially higher. So that's the scenario one. Initiative buying, responsive selling, push back up after tapping 4K-ish. So that's scenario one. Scenario two is an impulse higher, and then an impulse lower, and then a break below 4,000. If we break below 4,000 with volume, then a pullback to 4,000 offers a short for the previous settlement. We know that the overnight high is currently sitting at 4,021.25, and the overnight volume point of control is at 4,017.5. we're pretty balanced currently. So early on, if we see some selling and a structure, we could take a long trade targeting the overnight high. But I'm not really interested in shorts. I'm not interested in shorts above 4,000. I'd rather align for what I believe is higher probability. Okay, so we're gonna have a great day. I'm very excited. Okay, so we see initiative buying. Overnight high immediately taken. VPOC migrates higher. Pushing above the 4,000 level. Very strong buying here. Wow. Seeing some little signs of exhaustion. Stops getting taken. VPOC migrates higher. Potential test of 4,022 could offer along. We have VWAP to VPOC. Liquidity steps in here. That was VPOC touch. Testing the volume. Okay, so we're seeing us push the high, holding VPOC. Liquidity steps in, 4,027. Seeing some exhaustion. Liquidity steps into the book. They're trading. We have two VHVNs. So, grinding higher, seeing less stops up here, starting to see some selling. Looks like stop divergence.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
VHVN potential outside edge. I see balance happening here. And potentially some rolling over. So 4,022, we could look for structure. 4,020, potentially look for structure. Which is also the open line. Buyers at VWAP. Testing this volume, which was rejected. Yes, a lot of supply on these offers up here, and initially at least ES is lifting. Yeah, so getting a little weak, maybe. VPOC migration, B-shaped profile. Basing out up here. Very choppy. Stops are underneath mid. Liquidity stepping in here, and they're trading.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter-rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with
Here's
potential
VWAP.
for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
Okay, here's mid. Stops underneath that swing. Auction. Buyers. Test of the volume. VPOC migrates down. This might be too high. Holding as resistance here. So it looks like we've fallen out. Testing this volume again. All the volume has been done up here. Yes, immediately initiative, but very slow. No opening swing. Open high stat taken. Overnight high. So we're holding this volume here, but very slow. There was stop divergence here. Liquidity at 22 VHVN. Starting to give, it looks. We are basing above 20.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it led to? Is the lower fractal
So I want to be
chart
scaled by
displaying enough
23.5.
information to make good decisions?
That guy pulls. Seeing some buying. IB? I mean, what the fuck? Iceberg? Stops taking underneath that iceberg. Stops. So we got to 22.25 so far. They're trading there. Here's the VHVN. I thought about it, but it's just quick. There's some buying. All right, so we're starting to traverse all this volume. VHVN at 26.25. Tapped. Come back down towards 22. Here we are at 22. VHVN. We also have 20 open line. Some stops.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
Scaled. So we're looking for a continuation. This liquidity seems pretty decent.
Order submitted.
And then 40 seems pretty decent.
Order submitted.
Backup testing here. Tom said mean reversion, be patient. So this is balance in here. This was an outside edge.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it led to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
So risking an extra tick, no worries. We also have the open line. Since we are basing above 20 here, but we are really struggling to get above 26. Another VPOC migration down. There's some large selling. Open line. Stop divergence. We'll see how we react. So opening swing 18.25 to 27.75. So we have this volume here for a potential pullback at 20, but this was some aggressive selling. So we anticipate that this area has potential to interact. Since we really did pop up as quickly as we left. One thing to note, this FOMC decision might be the last roadblock to the markets going back to normal. Why? Because if the FOMC pauses, this would set the terminal rate and give the market 2 or 3 critical pieces of interest rate puzzle. Terminal rate and velocity increases. The one thing is duration, which is to be seen pending CPI, employment, PPI, leading indicators, ISM, confidence, etc. If we do get a pause, then the auction will run on its own inputs versus speculation on the Fed. This would welcome news for us. Yes, recall that 40.2475 is developing 2023 annual VPOC, the most traded price this year, and so far it looks like everyone agrees on this. Test. So this is an outside edge currently. 20. Tap the volume. Ooh. But it's more like 20. Tom says, by the way, be aware of opening swing low / overnight volume point of control stat. Yeah. We didn't reach the overnight volume point of control. So there is potential to get down here as a potential outside edge. So maybe a pick of that location would be best. 17.5. $17.25.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
We're watching for a potential quick breakdown, and then we'll be watching structure. This area has been acting as resistance here. Still seeing sellers at this area. There's some stops. VHVN 24.5.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
Nine points of range in the first 30 minutes. Kind of some rolling action at this area. Stops taken here. VPOC migrates up. Grinding higher, traverse this range. First time testing this volume. News in a minute and a half. So pretty balanced here. Pushing the high. So that's the change there. That's the pullback. Auctions, breaks higher, tests the auction, test higher, potential test here. News, breaks the high. Breaks the opening swing. Here's the outer edge. I see us consolidating. Maybe some curling.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
So now we're auctioning above the high. It seems like scenario one's playing out. There's a push. Potential to play the zipper at the opening swing high. 28.5. FT said, okay, this is important. So we could look for a pullback to 28.5-ish. Potentially VPOC, that area was not tested. A lot of liquidity in here. Potentially turning. Okay, we're gonna look for the levels. This is also an outside edge. Looking for the levels. That may be it. This is structure. So we're auctioning the outside edge here. Potential check retail. Let's see what happens at retail. Testing the low. Want to see a stop pick? So we do see a stop pick into that key area. Sell ice. So that push up was contested. If we continue, potential for overnight volume point of control, opening swing low. Liquidity and a buy sell iceberg. They execute.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to
Open line.
4,020 with potential for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
See some stop divergence there. Still potential for the overnight volume point of control. That was the low that was tapped. That's the overnight volume point of control.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Some small structure.
Order submitted.
Looking for a scale. Okay. And then we target the high.
Order submitted.
So we're looking for these levels here.
Order submitted.
Good anticipation. I've been anticipating that for a while. So
Rate the higher fractal chart what has happened and what may it led to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So we test the volume here. And this is the first area to look for, to see if we retest. If this area doesn't hold, then I think that we might run fairly quickly towards 4K. A lot of liquidity stepping in overhead, putting pressure on the market. Kind of a low volume grind down. Holding this currently, but also potential for it to just fall out. Or a quick pop up, which could help me out. So the trade would be 22.5 to 23.5 short with an exit above 25 and a target of 17. That's what FT says. But I'm looking for a mean reversion. So there's some buying. Looking for continuation. Stops are above 21.75.
Order submitted.
I like the volume here. FT says above 28.29 buyers resume control and it isn't expected to be back there if sellers are in control. There's my first target. Seeing stops get picked here.
Order submitted.
There's the structure to rely on. Stops going off. FT is looking short.
Order submitted.
I'm seeing it too.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
All right, we're scaled. Looking for the low.
Order submitted.
And then we have way lower. And then 21 he said was a good scale for risk, which is where I got my scale.
Order submitted.
FT stop is at 25. I guess that makes sense.
Order submitted.
Because here's the volume above the levels. Yes, we've now tested both sides of the opening swing. If we're unable to get back above RTH VWAP mag zone, I'll look for a test of FS VWAP 08. Some heavy selling.
Order submitted.
Heavy selling back into the area.
Order submitted.
So 2-tick the overnight volume point of control into this volume down here. Seems like a pretty good target.
rate the higher fractal chart what has happened and what may it led to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
And if we break through here, then we're looking for FSVWAP.
No shorts above 4,000.
FS mid at 16. FSVWAP at 13.
Expect to battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for higher.
So
Not a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on the pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
we have gap mid and FS mid.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So we have to clear 13 FSVWAP. Break the low here. Wow. Large selling, a lot of stops. We pop above. Liquidity steps in. We came right to FSVWAP. So maybe a stop above 20 could make sense.
Order submitted.
It's pretty solid structure. Pulling up to here. So we reject that structure. Let's see how we respond to this volume down here. And see their intent. So they're pulling.
Order submitted.
Okay, testing the low. All that liquidity is pulling. Responsive. Pull back to the volume here. Selling structure. Potential to hold. All the liquidity pulls. Now they're adding.
Order submitted.
I'm not really sure what to do because how would I ever know?
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it led to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying
Order
enough
submitted.
information to make good decisions?
High volume node. Seeing resistance. Fine with it. Could always get back on board. FSVWAP at 13.3. Looks like it's gonna go though. Can't feel bad about it. So that's resistance against FSVWAP. High volume node at 15. Pushing the low, holding against FSVWAP. Potential to test FSVWAP. This area is line the sand for lower, says John.
That's nice.
Sure. Thank you.
Happy with the one here.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
High volume note. Liquidity steps in. Above the high volume node. Potential for 15. SOC 14.25.
Narrate the higher fractal chart what has happened and what may it led to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
Looking for 15. Looking for stops to be picked. Looks like we may not get it. Looking weak. Holding all this. Pull back. Test, pull back. See stop divergence at the low. So there still is potential to come higher. Although this is a selling structure. I want to see 15. IB set, 4008. So we'll trade towards the IB. Back up above the structure. Corey stepping in, testing the high. Some volume still coming in. Looking for structure. Above 15. We come into 17 and 19. Sellers are currently in control. This grind is interesting. Sellers, heavy sellers. Likely continuation. Took out buyers. I think we're likely to see lower. Could still come up to 13, 12 and a half. So pullbacks in here could be sold potentially.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for
Watching the IB.
If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
Testing the low.
Rate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
Breaking the IB. Iceberg. IBF. Selling structure. Curling. Retesting. So, volume up into 12-ish. Volume at 15. Market seeks liquidity. 5 stops. Up in the volume. First signs of a break there. Struggling. Fake out. Looking for 15. Stops are above 14.25. LVN here. We know where the stops are. Stops pulled there. Still looking for a test at 15. Getting a little bit volatile. There's 15. One stop. Okay, more. Don't want to potentially miss it.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
It's a good scaling location. Target the IB.
Order submitted.
And then the 4K.
Order submitted.
Should be able to catch a scale. If we break here. Okay. Scaled.
Fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
Order submitted.
2 points below the IB. I mean above. Test the volume here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
That's probably better. Five points. For 2.5. In line. Testing the volume.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for higher.
Could've-
If not,
could've
a
also-
squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
Could have also done IBF, considering the context. A lot of stops taken there, including mine. Okay, so we need to potentially look for higher. We have all the levels here that look good. We're now above the high volume node and holding it. We could not get back. So now we have to look for higher, which is the open, mid, and VWAP aligned with liquidity. That's a very nice confluence area. Also with the VHVN. Stops are above 18.5. Could also just keep going up. This could have been an IBF. Definitely could have been an IBF. I have to pee.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
All right, we're finding some resistance. Auctioning that high volume node, even potential for it to become VPOC. See how we respond to this 12 area? Some good selling. Let's see what happens at the IB. Very important. Seeing some buying. IB 08.25. No stops. That was a very heavy sell-off right to the low. Yeah, 08.25. Here's some structure. LVN here.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter-rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
So we test the IB, break higher, curling, break, test, potential for a move higher. Potential for an IBF, but according to my plan, I want to see a pick. Curling.
Narrate the higher fractal chart, what has happened and what may.
Slotazari is buying.
Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
It looks good, but I'm not as skilled as him yet. I could just buy, could just press the button, but I know that we could pick here. And I also know that we could continue. We are in an uptrend, out of range. We are seeing resistance here. Holding. Test. Test. So knowing it in my head that we're out of range with the IB, I need to be aware that it could be an IBF for the future with that last one. Now the same thing applies. Potential to pick. The low is at 7.5, so we could pick down there, but a pick below the IB will also suffice. Okay. Right back up.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
So picks comes up tests, retest, and we're in. Obstacle.
Order submitted.
Potential for re-entry. Somewhere around this area. Here's the volume. So break low, break high, retest. Potential entry.
Order submitted.
This is an important area, 24. What do we see? So strong buying, a pick, holding on. Auctioning above, pick low, auction above. Strong buying from the low. It's a good target. Potential obstacle here. So I followed my plan. I waited for the pick. And then IBF. Not seeing much of a selling structure. Seeing some... I see stop divergence. I see mostly buying. And kind of like a flag pattern. And we're starting to hold this volume.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
High volume node. I guess this is an obstacle.
Order submitted.
That's probably a pretty good one.
Order submitted.
Like that. No need to be greedy. 8.5 to 14.5.
Order submitted.
6 points, risking 3. And then 10 points. So let's see what that is.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect to battle at this price and a push to 4020 with potential for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4000.
A 1.8?
Looking for a short on a pullback to 4000 targeting the settlement.
That's the target though, so. Then the other one is here. Hold the volume here, auctioning the high. Falling out. I will be on alert for another entry. Outside edge is below 4009 and into the IB. Here we see what looks like a buying structure. Some strong buying. Volume being created here. Pushing. This guy pulls. Pushing away from here. Think we could test here. The book just shifted. Finding some resistance. Coming up for the test. Filled.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
So we're auctioning below this high volume area.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it led to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
Trailing stop can be moved to entry.
Order submitted.
Would have to work pretty hard to get here. Or it could just rip right through it. Wanting to see a push where we might find some resistance here. That guy gets out of the way. Seen stops go off. Now trailing stop below at 13.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
He pulls. Double distribution with the LVN at 18.5, 18-ish. Starting to see selling structure. Pulls. Yay. LVN aligning with this area. And stops above. Wow. Stop pick above VWAP and mid. Now we're above the LVN, we're above these areas. Looks like potential for continuation. VWAP to VPOC.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4020 with potential for higher. If not,
Stop divergence.
squeeze early and impulse break below 4000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4000 targeting the settlement.
Order flow supporting. I think we might continue here. Starting to see some participation, more stops above.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
I wanted to see just a further impulse down into this area. We'll see an impulse in one direction or the other from this area, and at that point we will know which side is taking control from this area. Seems to be shorts. Unless it was VWAP to VPOC potential. Hard to read, right? Looks like it might be up. I think that was a long. There is volume now. because we're above the other distribution. We just tested it. We're above the VWAP and the mid. We've auctioned the lower area and we've broken away from it.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
I don't know, kind of crazy, I guess.
Order submitted.
This is like threading a needle.
Order submitted.
But I am risking a 1.5 to potentially make a decent amount. But how's the quality of the trade? 19.25.
Order submitted.
Should be able to test up to there. To at least catch a scale.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it lead to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
Ah! Win me over. Look at the line.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate
Wow.
to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000.
I was not
Looking
first
for a
on that
short
list.
On a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
There you go. Uh-oh. That's the first time that's happened to me. So it says no to me. I'm probably done. Price check. I'm just not fully convinced. One stop. It is a nice structure though. So potential to get on there. To the short side. That's a run. I feel like my chart wasn't ready. I just wasn't fully convinced, my chart wasn't fully ready. And then once it was here, I was like, there's not that much room to scale. Maybe I wasn't fully convinced because I was going long. Or maybe my gut is correct. Because that was a pretty big impulse back up there after catching here. This low just held, which makes this more risky.
Narrate the higher fractal chart. What has happened and what may it led to? Is the lower fractal chart displaying enough information to make good decisions?
Here's another potential opportunity. But I still feel this was... We didn't have any stops down here. We come back up pretty aggressively and then we hold, and now we're grinding back up. This area was too high, but did the market gain enough participation to not make it too high? Now we're up at the high. This would turn into a potential long here. Or it's just a chop fest. But I think it's a long. So it didn't break the high, but it picked some more stops. Test the volume.
No shorts above 4,000. The plan is to push the overnight high early and counter rotate to 4,000. Expect a battle at this price and a push to 4,020 with potential for higher. If not, a squeeze early and impulse break below 4,000. Looking for a short on a pullback to 4,000 targeting the settlement.
I think I did really good today. I knew I was feeling better. There's just a lot of happiness at this price. Oh, fuck. I gotta go to my tax meeting. Okay. GG. Good session. GG.